Shalom. To start this lesson, I want to begin by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the sincere brothers pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth diligently. And also, shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. I'm the brother award-winning lawyer from the GMS Miami, the Heralds of Yahweh Shai camp, and also from the GMS Southwest Florida camp out here in Fort Myers. And what I want to go into in this lesson, as you can see by the title, is sometimes it's good to take the back seat. Okay? Sometimes it's good to take the back seat, and that's talking about in this truth. Okay, sometimes it's good to take the back seat. Sometimes it's good just to sit back and listen and observe, learn new things. Okay, be open-minded. Okay, keep your eyes peeled, so to speak, and so on and so forth. Sometimes it's good to just take the back seat and be circumspect. Check the surroundings. Look around. Look around you. Sometimes it's good to take the back seat and just listen. Listen to what the Spirit is saying, what the Spirit might be saying. Be edified. You don't have to always be the main speaker. You don't always have to be the center of attention. You don't always have to be that. It's better to be more observing and listening and seeing than always being that main guy. It's not always about being the main guy and always gotta be the one that's speaking and so on and so forth, man. It's a good thing to just fall back and listen, man. Fall back and listen and learn something new. Learn something that you never thought about before. Learn something that the next man, the Lord revealed it to him through the Spirit, and he's revealing it to you because the Lord revealed it to him. And so on and so forth. Sometimes, once again, the title of the lesson, sometimes it's good to take the back seat. And I'm not going to do much talking. This is not going to be long. We're going to get right into the scriptures. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 32. And I start at verse 7. Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art asked twice. So, for brothers that's first coming into this truth, your first year, you shouldn't be, excuse my French, you're not supposed to be saying shit. Your second year, your second year, your third year, you're not really supposed to be talking like that. That's when you're supposed to be really observing and learning things. All right, soaking things up like a sponge. You're a child. You're a newborn. Okay. You're a newborn. You're a newborn babe, like Yahweh Shai told Nicodemus. You come to serve me, you gotta be a newborn babe, not physically, but in the mind. You have to throw away all the bullshit you learned in the world and in Esau's school system and so on and so forth. Throw all that shit away and become a new babe, man. Ready to soak things up, being a new child, being a child, a young child, a little child, which Yahweh Shai spoke about also in the book of Matthew, the 18th chapter. Being a little child. A child likes to soak things up. You always see a child asking questions, always listening. They want to learn. That's how we got to be in this truth, especially as a young man first coming into this truth. And this spirit, that's how you're supposed to be when you first come into this truth, but this spirit never really leaves. Which is what? If there be need of thee. Speak if there be need of thee. You see it with certain elders. I know I see it. And it goes back to observing. Sometimes you got to sit back and observe. I see it with certain of my elders. Well, it'll be a room full of elders. And, you'll have some young brothers. Then you'll have certain elders. They wouldn't even say anything. They would be asked, hey, brother, you got a precept, any point you want to make? They'd be like, no, not right now. They're observing. They're listening. They're trying to see what brothers know. They may ask a question. They may be saying they're observing and seeing a brother, all right, he able to do this, that, and third, bring this, that, and third out. Or this brother may not be saying nothing. Let me pick his brain. Let me do this, that, and the third. You even see it with your elders. I know I do with my elders. Okay, so this spirit never really leaves. But, for the understanding of this verse is really talking about when you first come into this truth, you young men. All right? Got certain men that come in a year, they think they know everything just because they watch 1,000 videos and they know the revelation breakdowns. Like, bro, slow your fucking roll. Okay? Slow your roll. But anyways, back in Sirach 32, and I'll read verse 7 again. Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. So sometimes it's good, it's good to just be quiet. Let somebody call upon you. Hey, brother, do you have a precept? Yeah, I was holding this. I'll bring it out. You bring it out, and you tell the elder you can break it down, or you wait for him to tell you, hey, you can break it down yourself, brother. And then a little while may go by, and he may ask you again, hey, brother, you got another precept? Yeah, I'll bring this out too. And you bring it out. Hey, break it down, brother. You break it down. Simple. Just observe, man. Listen is better. Listen, man. It's better to listen. Trust me, it's so beneficial if you just listen. At times, which I thank the Lord for this spirit. This is a spirit that I had upon me for a couple years. Since I had this spirit for a couple years, since coming into this truth. I had my errors. Sometimes Jake did overspeak. I can confess that. Okay? But I always had this spirit of just taking the back seat. Taking the back seat, man. This is a spirit that I'll say this. I had this spirit for a few years, man. Growing up with my elders, I had this spirit. And hey, I thank the Lord I still have this spirit. This spirit is still upon me to take the back seat and just listen. Sometimes you just have to listen. It's good to just listen. It's good to just learn something. Or if you or let's say you already learned something, it's good just to let it be refreshed in your mind. Or maybe you're already refreshed, but the brother that's speaking, he may add more upon what you learned, and you might be like, oh, damn, I never looked at it like this. That's why it's important to listen. Verse 8, let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. So if you do speak, let it be short, man. All that extra babbling, like, bro, keep it simple. All that extra babbling, that's room for error. And I have experience with that too. It was a individual that was around not too long ago. He used to just excessively babble, and he would be going in the right direction. Then he just makes a fucking sharp right turn off a bridge. Okay, and then we have to tell him, whoa, brother, no, because he's doing too much. You got certain men that want to seem deep, bro. Let your speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Let it break down the scriptures short, keep it simple. That's it. Let it be short, comprehending much in few words. Still getting an understanding in few words. That's what you call somebody that's very potent. That's what you call somebody that's skillful, that can say much in few words. It says, be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. Sometimes, like I mentioned, you have to take the back seat. You can know something. Just be quiet. You don't need to say anything. Verse 9, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. Right? So if you be around great men, the apostles, the elders of your camp, the bishops, the deacons of your camp, the what's the word, man? The different officers in your camp that's above you. You're around them, men that have years under their belt. Make not yourself equal with them. Yeah, Revelation 13 breakdown, or one all the way to the bottom. Yay! Do you want a cookie? Don't make yourself equal. Yeah, you can break down some history. Yay! Everybody give them a round of applause. Yay! Clap your hands. Yay! Don't make yourself equal, bro. You got to understand the same breakdowns that you learned from those men, starting with the apostles and the elders of your camp and the deacons and the bishops. You learned those breakdowns for them. When you was coming up in this truth and you had a question on this scripture and this scripture, they edified you. Okay? When they asked you questions and you couldn't answer and they gave you the understanding of it, now you understand it now. You learned it from them. And when ancient men are in place, apostles, elders, men of high rank, the elders of your camp, use not many words. You have elders around you, the elders of your camp. Elders may come from different states and cities to visit. You got Jake, young men too, or men that may have been around a couple years. They think they on a level. Talking equal, using many words. Bro, slow the hell down. Learn something. And that's something I'm going to keep pushing and I'm going to keep saying throughout this lesson, Lord willing, bro. It's just sit there and learn, bro. You don't understand how good that is for your spirit, bro. When you just, slocky brothers, when you just sit there and observe and learn. You don't understand how good that is for your spirit, how much you can learn, how much you can now bring out in lessons, how much you can now go back home and study and get to understand for yourself. And now you're more on a level. You don't understand how good it is to sit there and listen, man. Okay? Next scripture. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. So when you keep your foot when thou art in the house of the Most High, okay, when you at camp, when you're around the brothers, keep your foot and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Be ready to hear. There's a reason why you learn this in the world and you also learn this in this truth. You have 2 ears for a reason and 1 mouth for a reason. 2 ears to hear, 1 mouth to speak. You have 2 ears for a reason. You have to do more hearing than speaking, man. Verse 2. And it says, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Okay? Verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be haste to utter anything before the Most High. Don't be rash with your mouth. You just saying things. The scriptures say the tongue is a deadly poison. Don't be rash with your mouth, man. Just saying anything, especially around brothers, and especially just in general. Not on your own time, not when you're around brothers. You gotta use wisdom with your tongue. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. Let your words be few, man. When you praying, when you doing these videos, when you're around brothers, let your words be few. Let them be few, man. Like we read in Sirach, comprehending much, but in few words. This is the book of James, chapter 1, and verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. So let every man be swift to hear. So be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. So it's better that you be quick to hear, quick to hear something, quick to observe something, see something, pay attention to it, and slow to speak. So you gotta be quick to hear, slow to speak. You don't always have to say something. You don't. You always saying something, you can be considered a fool. A fool is always speaking. And the scriptures also say a fool that holdeth his tongue is considered wise. A person that that doesn't really have to say something, and when he does speak, it moves the room. He doesn't say much. But what he does say, it impacts the room. That's a very wise man. That's a man that is looked up to. Okay, that's a man that is looked up to. That's a man that people honor. All right. What's the last one? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 11. Be swift to hear and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. So be swift to hear and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait. You might want to bring out a precept at camp or during the fellowship lesson when you're around brothers, but it might not be that time, so you have to wait. Or the Lord, at times the Lord wants you to wait. Sometimes the Lord doesn't even want you to bring that precept out. The Lord want another brother to bring that out. The Lord might want you to just sit down. Yo, listen to how you break it down. Listen to the different words that he's going to go into in the BLB and what they mean, because you ain't never do it before. Get some edification. Now you, oh shit, that's there. Now you go check it for yourself. Damn. I needed that. It's important to take the back seat, brothers. It's very important. It's very important. And me personally, I know this firsthand. Like I mentioned, I've been around the elders of my camp for X, Y, and Z years. I done been around these men, and the Lord has blessed me for the past couple years. Majority of the years in this truth, the Lord has blessed me with the spirit of just sitting down and listening. And I still have that spirit now. Like, shit, I'll read these precepts. Y'all break them down. Let me listen. Let me learn something. Let me obtain more. Let me learn something so when I do my videos, I can bring out different points. Let me learn something so I can do the research and be edified. Now I have more in my inventory to bring out. If you the dude that's always speaking, if you the dude always want to sit in the passenger seat or the driver's seat, you ain't gonna learn nothing. You ain't gonna learn nothing, bro. You ain't really gonna grow like that. All of us, every single last one of us, we all had to take the back seat. We all had to be taught. We all are being taught still. Now men are set up on a certain level, but they're still being taught. Our apostles are still learning. They'll tell you themselves, they're still learning. I'm still learning. The elders of my camp are still learning. The elders of your camp are still learning. Our apostles, once again, are still learning. So taking the backseat is important, man. It is important. Learning, observing, that is important. And that's something that has to be constant in this truth. Okay? No matter how much years you've been in this truth, this is something that has to be constant. Learning. Understanding. It's a body for a reason. Each one teach one. Iron sharpens iron. Okay? So, Lord one, this was edifying. I'm going to end off by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and salutation to the sincere brothers pushing the truth and all true sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth diligently. And also shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all.